What's up, guys? It's your girl Bianca. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. Do better? I think so too. But your girl's on vacation, hence the little bit of tan, little bit of color I got. But anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all about yet another BL anime. Yes, I'm on a tip. No, I cannot stop. Actually, watching another anime, but it's not BL, but it is romance, and I'm almost done with it. So right after you watch this, you gotta watch the next one. And honestly, if you're here already and you haven't watched my previous anime reviews, book reviews, go watch those. Like the ones that you like, dislike. The ones that you dislike, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. It's your world. It's your world. But anyway, today we are talking about Junjo Romantica, and if you don't know this anime, it's probably because this anime it has some years on it. Okay, Junjo Romantica came out in 2002, 2003. I think the manga versus the anime came out. That was a while ago. That was like more than 20 years ago, okay? But it's fire. It's fire. Junjo Romantica was created by Sunjiku Nakamura. I did not want to get that wrong. Um, it's 24 episodes long. It's a pretty cool BL anime. It's a little bit more risque than what I've been watching, but it's still vanilla. It follows three couples. I'm going to list them for you. First, you have Usagi, who has a relationship with Miss Misaki. Misaki literally is very, very young. He's in college. I think he's in his first year of college. Meanwhile, Usagi is in his late 20s to 30s. He's a well renowned author. He has a whole condo, very well established, comes from money. And Misaki is kind of normal, plain. He's actually really overly honest and innocent. And that's kind of what attracts a lot of the male characters. Believe me, they're all male characters that are fawning over poor Misaki. The love is a little bit one sided, with Usagi really laid on thick with Misaki. Originally, Usagi was in love with Misaki's older brother, who he actually went to school with. But Misaki's older brother never really looked at Usagi like that. He actually got married to a woman not too long ago. And Usagi had to come to terms with that he was not going to end up with the brother. But then he falls in love with Misaki. Is it real love? Is it a little bit of dependent attachment issues? Yes, but don't we all have them? Yes. So whatever makes these two happy. This couple is actually like the main couple, and they're my favorite couple, not because they're the main couple, but because I love the fact that he's a writer. He writes BL manga, and he writes like not children's books, but like teenage romance type of stuff. He literally is famous. Like he has his own agent and stuff like that. So he's actually legit. So even though like it's a little bit of unrequited love because Usagi is very much in love with Misaki and Misaki is trying to figure out his whole man crush situation with Usagi. Um as awkward as that all sounds, it plays out very well, and that is my favorite couple of the three. So next up we have Nawaki and Hiroki. So Hiroki is madly in love with Usagi, who's none the wiser. So, unrequited love all over the place. But obviously Usagi has his hands filled with Misaki and his brother. And so Hiroki is very what's the word? Distraught, but also unaware of the fact that Usagi has a life. So swoop in is Nuaki, he starts off as a medical student but ends up as a pediatrician. Very sweethearted, in love with Hiroki, and thank God because Hiroki is both clueless and heartbroken, so those two end up together. Lastly, you have Miyagi and Shinobu. Now, this one is like the most weirdest setup or more complicated. I don't want to call it strange. I don't want to call it strange. I just want to call it complicated. This is a complicated setup. So, if you're ready for this. So, you have Miyagi and Shinobu. Shinobu has a sister, an older sister at that, who Miyagi marries. Later on, Miyagi divorces Shinobu's sister, and you guessed it, ends up with Miyagi. Miyagi is way younger. I think, I don't know the age difference off the top of my head. I feel like it's more than 15 years. I think it's about 20 years age difference. And he is a college student as well. Shinobu has a huge crush on Miyagi. To Miyagi's defense, he doesn't start off as being in love with Shinobu, but Shinobu is in love with Miyagi, and it's all based off of like a past experience that Shinobu has, and it saves him from some anime bullies. But yeah, Shinobu's in love, goes to school in Australia, comes back, pesters Miyagi, and eventually they end up together. Mwah. So to finish this out, I really enjoyed this anime, and it took me a little bit of time to get into it. I would say like maybe 3 to 4 episodes, just because I really didn't have a good clue of what was going on, who was the love interest, who were the main characters, who should I care about, that type of thing. But it ended in a very like light way, and I feel like for 24 episodes it is a good BL anime. So what do I give it? What is my score? I want to say a solid 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad. I really did enjoy it, but the reason why I didn't give it like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 like I did the other BL anime is that I like the fact that it had a unique setup where you're following 3 different romantic partners. But honestly, I really didn't care about one of the 3 romantic partners, just because it just seemed like a passing by situation. I really cared about the first romantic partner, and then the third one that I mentioned before. But the main one, which is the writer Usagi and the college student, I was really interested in them. So I feel like if the story was based off of them, maybe I would have given it a higher rating, just because of my attention span. I don't know. But I do like the uniqueness of following 3 separate love stories. So I give it a 7 out of 10. That's not a bad grade, guys. That's higher than passing, and we love it. But anyway, put a comment down below if you are gonna check out this anime. Um, leave a leave a book, since there's like literally 2 students in this, no, 3 students in this whole anime. Like the video if you want to see more.